Salesforce is, without a doubt, the most powerful business software in the world. But it can also be overwhelming. Countless buttons, endless configuration, and sometimes things can get weeks and take weeks to get done. So we asked ourselves this very simple question. What would happen if the most powerful business software in the world no longer required experts to run it? And that's why we built Mesh Studio. So before we dive into use cases, let me quickly ground us, right? So we're now inside of Mesh Studio, the workspace where everything happens. You can pick a couple of templates here to run. We can look into existing runs and references, or we can just give it a prompt to start and let's get going. Let's start with understanding our business, which is a very interesting use case for anybody from a Salesforce administrator to operators and other use cases. I just want to go seeing what's going on in the organization. So I'm going to ask a very simple question. I'm going to ask, how is my business doing? And I'm going to kick that off, and the agent is going to begin executing. Behind the scenes, our agent is powered by our 3 context models. The operator context, so it knows who I am as a business user running that system. The business context, so how does everything work in my business's world? And the execution context, so how to get stuff done in Salesforce. This is our cloud controls V3 context model. The agent has now figured out all the tasks it needs to answer the questions step by step, and we can see it's going through it, right? It's identifying everything on our data cloud, all the models in there. It's going to analyze a couple of key system metrics, and then it's going to present us with a full report of everything that it has found, including a couple of opportunities, hot and cold signals, and other things along the way. So from just a single sentence, that we get clarity that even my grandmother could understand, that all in minutes. And so let's have a look. That report here looks kind of exciting. So we can see our total opportunities and everything else that has been going on the account with a couple of identity analysis, which is quite helpful. So now I want to go through another aspect, which is for Salesforce administrators and creating stuff within Salesforce. Sometimes it can take hours to just, click the buttons and get things going. I want to show you an example of how we can do it in minutes. And in this case, we're just going to create a quick loyalty program. So let's look at the execution. I want to create a brand new loyalty program inside of Salesforce. So I'm just going to say, hey, create a loyalty program with points, vouchers, and benefits, right? And that's basically it. I don't need to know the details, although I can give the agent a full spec. We can put any full reference documentation in here, and the agent would execute that. Just for the sake of this demo, we're going to keep things tight a little bit. Now when I kick this off, in a similar fashion, like what we've seen before, the agent is going to figure out a path how to make that happen on Salesforce. It's going to automatically create its task list onto what to execute. So you can see that here from all the points and vouchers, etc. And it's going to go ahead and just execute that for us here in a matter of a minute. So the agent is now figuring out with the context model and everything else how to do it. And then it's going to start kicking and configure everything for us. So let's have a look how the agent did, shall we? So we can see in here, the agent configured basically everything. So let's just hop on over to Salesforce and have a look at what it did. So we can see the loyalty program here that it created with points, vouchers, benefits, everything else. And like I said, something that would have taken hours, we've just done in basically a minute. And this applies to everything, right? You can do data cloud mappings, identity resolution, segment creation, you name it, basically everything across the entire Salesforce universe. We are increasing our coverage day to day, and the coverage we can get to currently is about 92%, and that is what is programmatically accessible to us. Now let's do something different. Let's build an Agentforce agent. So I'm just going to pick a template here, and in this case, I'm going to pick a agent that analyzes my current leads and pipelines. So basically a lead intelligence agent. So I've given it a simple prompt, and there we go. And again, the agent is going to work its way through. It automatically determines how to get stuff done, what and how it needs to execute to create an Agentforce agent. Everything from the Apex code, the metadata, the definitions, and it creates the agent end to end, and that all automatically. And that's kind of the power of it. Without waiting for that to be executed though, because I don't just want to sit here and wait, we support full parallel execution. So while we're waiting for this to finish, let me kick off something else. So we went from being a business administrator case where, understand everything that's on the account, make smart business decisions, and create anything new like a loyalty management program or an Agentforce agent directly from within an interface that does not require an engineer to build it. And I want to show you something else now. So let's switch user context. Let's say we switch into the customer's shoes, and I want to show you a case that we've built. I'm a brand manager in this scenario. And similarly, I've asked the agent now, how is my business doing? And so we can see that the agent has given me a result back. To orchestrate all the agents below it to give us those results back. That's what the social media agent here did. And with that interesting brand cluster, now we can do exciting campaigns, right? Because we know the target audience, we know this is the Gen Z in the Northeast, and we know there's NBA interest. So let's go ahead and create a campaign for it. What we're going to do now is we are going to create an on-brand asset. In this case, for our NBA theme campaign, so just a basketball stadium, in our brand mesh styles. We're going to generate some new, and we're going to put all of that in a full-on on-brand email asset, and then we're going to push it to Marketing Cloud. So I've now instructed the agent to basically ideate a campaign for us, and from that campaign, create a leading image, and then with that leading image, upload it to Marketing Cloud, and then create an on-brand email for that new campaign that fits one of our active promotions that we have, which is a loyalty management campaign that we have ongoing at the moment. While we're waiting, let's have a look at how our Agentforce agent is doing. While we were waiting for our campaign to finish, since we have parallel execution, our Agentforce agent has finished. So let's have a quick look at what that looks like. All right, let's pop open the agent builder. And as you can see, here's our lead insights agent with all the topics and actions as we intended and designed. Our system created a full-on functional Agentforce agent also within maybe a minute or two here, very quickly. And that is a true power, like we said, for sales administrators who want to do anything within Salesforce. This is a huge unleash for making things happen very, very quickly. And let's have a look at what the agent came up with. So we're back here in Meshmesh Studio after the task that I kicked off. And you can see the agent has generated an on-brand email asset with a generated image for us here. We're depicting a basketball stadium, a complete on-brand asset in terms of, how our emails are designed and everything else. And we have the full campaign details in that email. So now we're going to push that into Marketing Cloud, and we are also going to create a customer journey in Marketing Cloud for us. We are going to make a 3-step journey, just a simple one for this demo, where you send the email, then you wait another 2 days, and then you send that email again. So let's go ahead and prompt the agent. So I'm just going to ask the agent to create push the email to Marketing Cloud, and then create an email journey with sending the email, waiting 2 days, and then sending the email again. And I'm going to hit enter, and the agent is going to work its way through. So this is all very exciting. Like, not only does it produce perfect on-brand assets, that could be anything from emails to SMS to ad campaigns, ad imagery within seconds, really. But it allowed us to do the full end-to-end campaign creation use case with intelligent insights from Data Cloud, with our active promotions and consumer goods cloud, into producing all of those assets and pushing them into Marketing Cloud using existing data extensions and everything else that we have on the account in just minutes. Those things had taken weeks before just to get that through. And the exciting thing is that all the existing approval flows, everything else stays the same with Salesforce under the hood, utilizing the entire trust layer that Salesforce already gives us, and utilizing the MuleSoft agent fabric to make things happen and orchestrating it on the back to give the entire end-to-end trust and audit trail. So all in all, what I've shown you in the last couple of minutes is how to completely administrate and operate Salesforce from within Meshmesh Studio within minutes, reducing the time to execute anything up to 95%, to a customer use case where we're actually executing as a customer things into Salesforce like a new campaign, also within minutes, cutting our time down by about 90%. And it doesn't stop there. Mesh Studio can really do anything across the entire Salesforce ecosystem, including everything on core, data cloud, then marketing cloud engagement, Tableau, MuleSoft, and everything else in that ecosystem. So we are working on increasing our coverage day to day. Our context model is a self-learning context model. That means with every iteration, things get better. The first time we've created a loyalty management program, we were sitting at about 30 minutes compared to 4 hours of manual work. Now we're down to about 3 to 4 minutes of execution. Well, in this case, even faster, 2 minutes here. And we're really looking forward to build more exciting stuff on Salesforce. So thank you very much for tuning in, and on to more.